All right, everybody, welcome. Here we go. Starting off tonight with a very, very special matchup here. This is going to be the first place versus second place here coming in Pool A for LAS Draft, and it's going to be looking very, very fun. There were a couple of adjustments made to rosters because of some recent controversies, but it's going to be very, very fun to see.
Yeah, I'm absolutely super excited to see how this one is going to turn out here as we are getting ready for this draft. Should be happening very shortly, but um, had the privilege to cast Marauders last weekend. Should be a really good match, I'd imagine, between the two. We are going to see a sub, I believe,
Hmm.
for Marauders, which will be actually my play-by-play from last week, Dream. So super excited to see uh, how they play this one out.
Hmm. They also did grab themselves up a top lane sub, I believe, for the day. They are missing one of their players, Defoe, right now. And Zaxmus is also going to be subbing in for the side of the Hornets, taking the place of Frick Range Tops there, taking another spot. So it's going to be fun. These rosters have changed up a little bit, just slightly, but I still think they both are going to be powerhouses here, and it's going to be very fun to watch how things go from both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. And I I don't know how much this means for the standings, but certainly always nice to see our teams at the top of the table
Mhm.
face off, even with a couple subs. And here we go, actually finally getting into our picks and
Yep.
bans.
Here we go. Here we go. First one coming through. What is going to be taken off the table is the question. It's going to be very interesting to see what picks some of these teams do prioritize. I know that Giggle loves that Ezreal, loves that Vayne, some of those very fun mobile hyper carriage style champions, but it is going to be the Nidalee taken away from Hitstick in the first ban, followed up by something coming in. We'll see who they do opt to focus here, but I'm expecting a couple of comfort picks as well as meta bans to be taken away here.
Yeah, and something I was really surprised with last week is a priority on the solo lanes in the
Mhm.
first rotation. Definitely something you don't see a lot. Some of these higher levels, often you'll see teams prioritize your 80 carries and your supports in the first rotation. But thus far, at least since I've been casting, I've seen a big priority on these strong picks in the
Mhm.
mid lane. Maybe seeing a Silas come out. But for now, we are going to see some bans in the bot lane. Hornets, couple enchanters gone right out the
Just a
gate.
little bit, and Mr. 200 himself, Ophelio, is going to be taken off the table for Giggle. Not able to play that one, and the Rise also being taken off the table there. The Machine Gun Mage himself, not allowing Webb to have that pick going for himself. As we see the final ban coming in from the Hornet, it is going to be that Nami. So the triple Enchanter ban taken off the table. I think that's a little bit of a flex there coming in from the Hornets, and we'll see what the first pick here is from the Marauders. I'm expecting something like either a strong jungler or the Ezreal because that champion is the best AD carry in the game as of now. Very safe, does a lot of damage. What more can you ask for? Oh,
Maybe a
wow.
Callista that's going to give some similar damage, but also have some peel
Hmm.
for your support. Definitely going to have to laugh a little bit at the Hornets with those bans. Maybe it's something. Maybe they did their research and it's something that their opponent plays, but they left up Lulu and Karma, which are, I think, the best enchanter supports in the game at the moment.
Hmm.
So definitely
Yeah.
surprised to see that one. But
Lu-
I'd imagine Marauders with the Callista will be going more towards an engaged support of some kind, whether that be Alistar or Blitzcrank.
Oh, the Draven picked up here for Giggle. Oh, and the Caitlyn. Um, Interesting to see here. Double 80 carries picked up here. You know, don't really know where either of these are going. I definitely know Giggle's repertoire is pretty wide. He has a great 80 carry pool up for himself here. But I'm surprised he's not taking the Ezreal because that champ is up. The best champion in the bloody game right now. But we'll see what the final picks here are from the Marauders as they do round out their picks here for phase number one. We'll see. Maybe something of a jungler, maybe, or jungler or support. Something along those lines. That's what I would really like to see. Oh, okay. It is going to be that
Yeah,
Jin picked up here.
could be a Callista top here.
Could
Definitely
be a
something
Calista
we've
top.
seen come out before. And if that is the case, I'd imagine that you want to pair it with a pretty tanky jungler.
Or
But we'll see.
engaged jungler, yeah.
Definitely a priority on our AD carry marksman pools here at the moment. Kind
Yeah.
of a funny thing to see. But I would hope that Marauders round out this first rotation with either a support or a jungle.
And as the clock does wind down here, a couple more seconds left. We'll see what they round out their phase 1 with. It is going to be the Talia picked up there. You know, the Rock Mage, very good. In the jungle, I think her mid lane is still does have a little bit of problems there. Can't really wave clear very well without expending a lot of mana and burning key cooldowns. But the Hornets sticking with the AD carry route. You know, triple ADCs now. They got themselves a Draven, Caitlyn. Oh, I mean, that's still an AD carry. It's going to be that Sivir hover here for the Hornets. So, Senna also an AD carry. Going for the... Oh, Jinx. Okay. I like
They're
it. More
just
AD
toying with
carries.
us at this point.
They're toying with us for sure here. But definitely looking for those AD carries, I guess, want to definitely show their micro mechanics there. You know, wanted to show the kiting. You know, that's what a lot of AD carries like to do. But that Jinx is going to be picked up here. And they're going for triple ADCs.
All right, now you need your Senna support and your Vayne jungle, and you got your team comp right there. I mean, holy cow, the priority on these marksmen at the moment is... Or I guess we got Kindred, was technically a marksman too. You can throw that in there.
True, Kindred does work. Is a marksman.
So we'll see what these teams do decide to prioritize. Supports have
more
to get
enchanters. Soraka taken off the table. Azir taken off the table.
All right,
what
now
is
ban
the
Lulu.
last champ? Lulu, Seraphine, Katarina.
That's not an enchanter.
That is definitely not
what
an
are you
enchanter.
doing?
I see. It's picked up by the other team, Ivern.
Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. Hornets though, they need another marksman here. It looks like.
Yep.
So, we'll see which direction they do decide to go.
The Quinn, okay.
The Quinn, I didn't think of that one.
AD carry. I
Who's
like it.
support here though, and who's jungling?
I actually don't know. I really can't say.
Maybe it could be Quinn jungle.
It could be
Quinn jungle.
I don't think Caitlyn's that viable. Jinx will burn through her mana way too quickly. Oh, Graves does work.
Graves is technically a marksman.
He is a marksman.
We can make that work.
Tristana.
They're not even picking good marksmen for certain roles. Like,
hey, Tristana's good mid and top. Come on.
Who's going jungle and who's going support? These are still the questions you have to ask. Honestly, I think at this point it might be a Draven support.
Okay,
just because he's the only one there with CC besides Jinx, and Jinx's CC is
Caitlyn also has the traps. Not reliable. Aurelion Sol. Ooh. Okay, the Dragon Man himself picked up here. Very interesting to see, you know, but they do definitely have a good damage spread. 2 AP champs and 2 marksmen. Good split damage. Good split damage there. And we'll see the final pickup here for the Marauders as the clock does wind down. But I'm very interested to see how the Hornets will play this comp. Sure, they do a lot of damage and a lot of damage over time, but they're also very, very susceptible to being blown up by Italia and even an Aurelion Sol. You know, Jhin also likes to play very well into squishies, so... And same with the Callista. You know, doesn't need to make you a pincushion to kill you. And last pick here coming in for the Marauders. What is it going to be is the question. It is going to be the Heimerdinger for Mr. Gurf himself. Unfortunately, he is playing a game right now, not able to cast this one, but his favorite champ here being picked up, and it is going to be a Lilia hovered here for the Hornets, going off theme for once this game. So we'll see if that is picked up, but it is definitely the best jungling champion out of everyone here, out of all these 10 picks.
Yeah, this is honestly one of the weirdest drafts I've seen from either team.
Not off theme.
Stay on theme. Stay on theme.
Stay on theme.
I think Hornets might just be trying to have fun here in their last couple of games. But definitely pretty comical from them if they do stick with this. No, it's going to be the Quinn. I think the Quinn is going to end up being the jungle. But definitely a crazy draft as we see here.
Definitely agree.
very, very high priority on these marksman carries. So we'll see what our teams do decide to do here.
Yep.
Who won draft though?
Who won draft? I mean, their damage split is literally all AD. So by default, you'd have to go with the Marauders here. However, everyone is squishy, so that really doesn't matter. I'd say the Hornets definitely have a really, really strong early game there with Tristana, the Kale, or not the Kale, sorry, Caitlyn, that's what I meant to say, and Draven and Quinn. So 4 good early game champs, Jinx being that hyper carry if they really end up going to that late game. But the Marauders, they also have a Callista, they have a Jhin, and Talia Burst will one-shot every champion on the side of the Hornet. Very, very easily.
Yeah, we're gonna have solo lane marksman in the top lane, probably is what it looks like. And
Yep.
that's gonna be an interesting one, considering that Quinn and Callista is a matchup that you might see at a higher level, but definitely going to be a strange one nonetheless. As we see, I don't even know where to say half of the champs are going to go.
Me
So
neither.
I'm definitely interested to see who's going where in this draft.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see where every champ ends up and how well every player can execute on some of these champs because, Draven, very different. Like, yes, he is a crit carry. Yes, he does auto attack like most AD carries as well, but his mechanics are a little different, especially because of those axes that you don't want to drop, because that's where a lot of your damage comes from. Having that extra AD there from having the 2 spinning axes definitely very, very important to keep those stacks going as long as you can. But
yeah, and as well with the passive trait on that, going to build more and more gold for the consecutive you catch, and I believe it's 6 kills in a row without 1 drop gives you bonus gold as well. So definitely going to be looking for some actually pretty high level execution on those spinning axes, but we'll get to see. I'd imagine Brinopoly is going to pick the Callista here.
I would imagine so. I think Callista is one of the best suited champions here, or one of the best AD carries here suited for that solo lane. It is going to be Bronopoli grabbing up that Callista. It is going to be Zaximus on the Draven. So we got him on the alpha male himself. However, it is going to be Hitstick on that Quinn. So Quinn Jungle is looking to be the pickup here for the Hornets. And we'll see where the rest of these champs go. I'm expecting a Tristana mid, maybe, followed up by like a Caitlyn, Jinx, and duo Ballin. Very interesting. But it is going to be Angratis on that Aurelion Soul in the jungle. So we'll see how that clear does go. Apparently, back in like season 8, 9, or something along those lines, Aurelion Soul jungle actually had an 100% win rate. So maybe Angratis looking to make this one keep that win rate going. And that was in rank 2. But it is going to be the Talia for Axford there, that burst mage. And Tristana actually into the Talia. So, you're not going to be able to jump on right in past level 3 because you're just going to get shredded by the spikes. Take a lot of damage there.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be an absolutely crazy one. I thought the mid and jungle were going to just be switched here for the Marauders, but choosing to go with the ASOL jungle, I've definitely not seen it. I unfortunately have been trolled by teammates in the past and had to play stuff in the jungle. Lissandra's clear is very bad. Just gonna throw that out there for anyone who's thinking about trying Lissandra jungle. It's bad. You can't clear a single camp without having to recall afterwards. So going to be an interesting one here, and I like the fun stream or the fun champ select for this last couple games of the stream before playoffs. Hornets, of course, have locked in playoffs, I believe, at this point.
Both these, they definitely have locked in playoffs for themselves here. There's no chance that any of these teams get knocked out. So what more can you ask for here? Just have some fun while you can. This is the last super fun game you're going to have before playoffs do start up here. There is not a single chance in hell that either of these teams do end up dropping. So, the only difference maker that could happen is if the Marauders do go 0-2, but I do think that is impossible. Yes, it is impossible because of what happened with the Nocturnals. So they are at the very worst is going to go 1-1 and maintain that second place, no matter what. And the Hornets, they don't even have to worry. You know, they're chilling here in that first place. Even if they drop 2 games tonight, doesn't matter. They still maintain that 11-1. And right now they do have the head-to-head. So if they do lose this game, or if they do win this game, they maintain head-to-head. If they lose it, they can just play a tiebreaker.
Yeah, absolutely. So going to be an interesting one. I'm not very sure how to feel about this draft at all.
I think it's going to be a fun time.
I definitely think I have to critique Hornets draft a little bit because they could have just
I wonder why.
they could have just done better with this draft. Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I think what you do if you're trying to execute the full 80 carry
Right.
draft is you have to have your classic MF Ash bot lane.
Oh, that is true. You know, that one was actually played at Worlds back in 2017, I believe, or 2016. One of those. Almost took SKT out of out of finals. They almost didn't make it because of the MF Ash combo.
Rock's Tigers.
Yeah, Rock's Tigers
pulled it out against them and almost beat them.
They did take 2 games off because of the combo, and then they banned
went to
the MF.
I think I've heard a lot of people say that is one of, if not the best of 5 out of Worlds championship ever. So definitely a classic one on that. I think you bring out the MF and the Ash bot lane.
I think it could be really fun.
Tristana and Lucian are your ideal solo laners. Quinn is fine. Quinn. I think genuinely I would send Quinn top, and I would send Trista or Lucian mid, and I would have a Kindred. Just because of your Lamb's respite is going to be so helpful with a team comp that's this squishy. If you put everyone in a Lamb's respite and just start firing off all your shots, line them up, knock them down, you have the setup with the Ash.
You can knock them away with the Tristana too, out of the Lamb's respite if they walk in.
Exactly. So I definitely think they could have done better with the only marksman draft. However, definitely going to be an interesting one to cast. I'd imagine that Hitstick is going to have a much easier time clearing than this ASOL. However,
ASOL,
I've never
100% win rate in the jungle. Let's be real.
I've never seen it before, so I can't really comment too much on it.
There's a couple videos out there about it.
Definitely going to be. I do think I saw a clip from Panzer Dragon that
that's the one.
Did some ASOL jungle, but I can't imagine his clear is super fast.
Definitely not. So. But hey, I don't think either of these champs cleared camps very, very well. But it's very fun
actually should have a pretty quick Raptors clear. Just because of his Q, I believe.
I think the cooldown is too long though for it to be that fast.
Well, later on
later on for sure.
It'll give him enough AoE that he's going to clear through that camp almost instantly.
But the same could be said for Aurelion Soul as well. But with that though, should be heading over to a quick break. I do not know if predictions are open, but they are not open. Let me get those going for you. But I'll be right back. Going over to a quick break as we get things ready for game number 1. We'll see who wins it. Interesting comps here. It'll be very fun though, and we'll be right back. And we'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, everyone, welcome. Here we go. Hornets taking on the Marauders, but I said that in reverse. It's actually going to be the Marauders on the blue side taking on the Hornets on the red. And we have the 5-man 80 carry comp squad coming in, and we have a little bit of an interesting one coming in from the Marauders. A little bit more damage spread, though. But we see it is going to be the support Caitlyn. Has that spectral or cowl? No, that's not it.
They're gonna miss each
spectral
other on the
sickle.
level ones.
Oh, they're missing the level 1. Oh my goodness, they're walking. Oh my, that's actually hilarious. So they are gonna miss each other. We see the invade coming in from both sides, but don't know what's going on here. Ward has been placed though, so they do know that they're not there. Ooh, the wraparound coming in. Nairo leading the charge there. So we'll
They
see.
might get caught
They might get
into their
caught.
own
It's
jungle.
5v3.
Giggle
5v4?
saw him.
Giggle saw it. Saw a couple of them, and they are gonna walk away. And Gratis though, staying. Oh, the double stun over the wall. There goes the rip from the Daydream coming in. Purgatrix forced to flash away, able to take that blast go to safety. But Giggle taking a lot of damage. Flash exhaust has been expended, and there goes the knockup from Talia as well. Giggle has no flash, has no way out, has the heal still. Not gonna burn it though, and it is gonna be first blood for Daydream. And they're starting up on this blue buff. Unfortunately, the Heimerdinger, or not the Heimerdinger, sorry, Axford just not gonna be able to make it over to lane to get all that XP. But first blood definitely worth a little bit there. Here comes the teleport though, coming towards that top lane. Callista gonna make it out of there. They're looking for more. Hitstick trying to get that Gromp, but he doesn't know, and Gratis is still there. The Sun gonna land the stun from everyone landing, and it is gonna be Daydream claiming another 2 kills in less than 2 minutes.
Oh my goodness, Daydream
Oh, the jump onto Web.
off.
Axford, though, trying to knock him back into tower, not able to find it. That's a decent amount of damage, though. Definitely losing out on these auto trades, but that's slow helpful. Oh, Nairo. Oh, Daydream able to claim up some minions. There goes the stun onto Purgatrix. He's taken low already. A lot of damage, sub 300. But the gank in the mid lane flash forward from Daydream. Not able to find the kill just yet, though.
Yeah, Daydream having this many kills this early in the game is absolutely huge. Going to be able to output insane amount of damage. Another stun going to land.
Able
That's a
to
kill.
get stunned up again. Daydream able to find the route to follow up with the Deadly Flourish. Just don't have the damage though. Unfortunately, so close though. But Web jumping over, has the satchel charge placed, the bomb doing a decent amount of work, but that barrier there to keep her alive. But Angratis trying to keep himself alive at that blue buff. Zaximus taking a lot of damage though, tanking that blue buff. That's not what you want to see. And Callista is going to be able to jump over the wall if she has that Q up. No, she does not, but the blue buff going to be able to be claimed by and Gratis, but Web able to go over the wall, trying to find something, no smite available, but he is going to smite it away, is healthy once again, but Web has no way over the wall, able to jump over though.
This is so hectic in the early game. Both teams looking to get as much of an advantage as they can, but so far,
my
Daydream's
goodness, that damage! Daydream finding another Deadly Flourish with the help of Nairo, so that Heimerdinger pick paying dividends here. Bronapoli though, on that level disadvantage, not having the greatest time up in this top side though, very healthy, however, with that Doran shield. Zaximus walking up a little too far forward, and Gratis is there, not spotted just yet, and he's going to give up that Skeleton Crab to go for the gank. Oh, there goes that beautiful stun coming in from the Draven, but Angratis zoning him away, flash forward from Bronapoli, and Gratis though grabbing that kill, but the assist not coming through for Bronapoli after burning that flash. But Nairo no mana, might be stuck here. There goes the lethal tempo from Caitlyn, there goes that zap from the Jinx. Ooh, the heal is just enough to keep Nairo alive. Daydream keeping their support nice and healthy, but Axford taking a lot of damage, forced to flash away. That explosive charge going to do a decent chunk there, and Quinn all in the wings, maybe looking for something.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting. I'm surprised we haven't seen a little bit more action from Hitstick on this Quinn. Going to walk through mid lane here now, though.
Only one cam bump as well.
Yeah, he's been pretty much just clearing and hasn't done too much to get himself a lead, but they're going to get the setup for this dragon much easier.
And Gratis. Oh, there goes the Tristana jump forward. There's that leap. That's a lot of damage onto Gratis. Has the smite, but the jump again, able to claim him up. Web taking a kill for himself, but Nairo has joined the fight, able to not find the stun, but that's a lot of damage. No turrets there. Is going to be placed a little bit late, but the knockup coming from the Talia, but the E placed a little bit too late. But Purgatrix very low, near sighting though, keeping him alive. Hitstick though, trying to jump forward, taking a little bit of damage though in return. And Nairo trying to find something over wall, just not able to find it though.
Yeah, I think the red buff actually prevented the kill there, coming in from Axford. Going to tank up those stones coming in.
Oh, Web taking so much damage though from Axe for a nice combo there, and Talia has a Dora shield and a cloth armor. So very interesting to see how high those base numbers are. But the Draven, having a good time up in this top lane, just chilling, has the natural advantage. He doesn't really have to worry about the he has to worry about the axes, but doesn't have to really worry about the Kalista damage early game because you're a Draven alpha champ.
Yeah, this would have been a very fun game to just stack armor, honestly. Pull out
Oh,
a spicy Tom
Zaximus.
Kench or something.
Yep. Axe for taking a bad trade, though. A lot of damage there. It's really hard to deal with that. Tristana, but Bronapoli, able to trade back onto Zaximus. Double Doran's Blade for the Draven means he is going to be lifestealing quite a bit with the double Omnivamp item there, so should be very happy with himself. But Nairo taking a big chunk, taking the full brunt of that Piltover Peacemaker to the face.
I do want to point out here real quick, look at the CS leads for all of Hornets right now. They are absolutely popping off in the CS, even though all of the kills have been pretty much going on to Daydream's back.
Hit
strong
stick
here.
Looking for Daydream, but there goes that turret, dissuading Hitstick from going a little bit further forward. That's a decent amount of damage, not able to find the stun. And Web has shown up here. It is a 4-man rotation.
Oh, he's just hiding in the bush.
Oh, Daydream might be caught out here. That's a lot of damage. He's not able to find it, though. The exhaust coming through at the right time, but the Deadly Flourish is going to go wide. And Hitstick might be able to find Nairo, though, jumping forward. That's a decent amount of damage. Forces the flash. Electrocute has been used. And this should be a free dragon if they do want it, potentially. But, you do see a lot of components coming in here. Noon Quiver on that Tristana, Noon Quiver boots on the Jhin, Longsword boots, components. And we do have the full Zerker's Greaves on the Kalista there, up to the top side.
Yeah, Kalista is just going to be looking to put as many of her spears and Draven in these trades and get a big Ren for some damage. And if Draven tries to all in, having stacked those up previously, you would hope going to give her a big advantage in this 1v1.
And right now, Plate's going over towards Perktrix and Giggle down in that bottom side. They definitely do have a lot of push. But Nairo missing that stun once again. But the Deadly Flourish landing onto Giggle, but it doesn't mean very much because Daydream and Nairo are both level 4. It'll find anything more. You see the pings? But do they mean anything is the question. And Gratis, though, might be met by a bad fate there. There goes Web over the wall. Oh, and Gratis is stuck in the shot. There goes the jump. That's so much damage instantly. Double jump forward. Goomba Stomp coming through. And, the Kalista keeping them alive. But Perkytrix might be caught out here. And Gratis trying. Going to be taken down, though. Web able to find that one. Jump under tower. Is it going to be enough? Bronapoli able to be taken down, though, by that Buster shot from the Kalista. And Perkytrix able to get out of that one with the flash.
Yeah, good mechanics there coming out from Web in the mid lane. Gets several of the resets on that rocket jump in a row, just able to pick up Bronapoli there at the very end. Like you said, with that Buster shot. Very well played by the top lane. I thought Ingratus was going to get out with the ult from Kalista, but just not quite able to do enough to help him escape.
Yep. And as you can see there on your minimap, the Draven actually rotating towards that blue buff, looking to take that one for himself while Ingratus clears up this bottom side. But Axford taking a lot of damage from Hitstick. The blind is doing a decent amount. Ignite comes through. And is he going to be taken down under his own tower? Barrier comes through as well to keep him alive for just a little bit longer. But Web has shown up and he has the Goomba Stomp available. Not going to use it yet.
Yeah, still though looking at some strong CS leads pretty much across the map for the side of the Hornets. Very well done for them. Bronapoli does have a nice wave pushing in, but I don't imagine that they'll be able to get too much off the back of that. Not even a plate, honestly.
Not really much there that they can really grab for themselves. The Kalista does really need a little bit of help there to deal with that Draven. Draven, both of these champions very strong in the early game, but they're looking for the 4-man rotation again on the bot side. Daydream. Oh, Summoner has disconnected. Reconnected in the mid-fight, but going to be taken out under their own tower and double kill for Web. My game has frozen.
Mine has as well. Don't really know what's going on there,
okay.
And we're back.
I think we're back. Yeah, we're back. Okay, so it is going to be the double kill down on the bot side. Web picking up another double kill for himself. Has all the kills on his team just under his belt there. All 5 of them. And they are going to be able to grab this dragon up for free. You know, looking pretty good though with Zaximus. Not able to find that little stand aside. Bronapoli able to dodge out of that one with the little hops that Callista does have in her passive. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're probably going to continue having a little bit of these issues
Mhm.
with maybe a little bit of lag. There is a pretty big storm cell moving across the eastern U.S. and I believe a little bit in Canada
Oh,
at the moment as well.
ouch. Webb taking a big chunk there. Axford finally finding the combo, but you know, only has a Seeker's Arm Guard. Not really going to be doing too much there. But Bronapoli going forward onto Zaximus. Stand aside has been used. The spears are there, going to pull them. That's a decent chunk there. But the lifesteal from Zaximus is pretty insane. So going to be very happy to just take this out over the wave. But there goes that ultimate coming through. Bronapoli zoning him away. So actually taking advantage here of this top side. Grabbing a plate.
Yeah, Bronapoli finally getting to that point where they can do a decent amount of damage in the trades into the Draven.
Ooh, Giggle Queef with a fancy feat, able to dodge away from everything. Oh my goodness. Game is not having a great time. Ooh, hit stick though. Might be able to find Bronapoli. There's some decent damage. Zaximus might be able to find this one. Able to cash in those stacks. 437 additional gold going in his back pocket there.
Yeah, and that's really big, going to put him even closer to what I believe is going to be. Oh my gosh, I cannot remember the name of the item. Shield
Oh,
bow.
lots
Shield
of,
bow. He's probably
lots of
going to be a
damage.
shield bow.
Nairo taken down by the Super Mega Death Rocket and Daydream trying, but the turrets do a decent amount before he does fall. So Giggle not able to find the second kill, but Nairo just bursted down instantly. Oh no, the reset from Gratis not able to find the camp, and Hitstick just looking to dive him under his own tower. That's a lot of damage. Ignite goes through, but is it going to be enough? That is the question. It might just be. No, it's not, and Gratis able to walk away with a sliver of HP. Look at this invade on the boss side, though. There's nothing that all the blue side can do right now. The Marauders just stuck. Can't contest anything. They're just weaker. Don't have the farm, don't have the money, don't have the wallets to deal with the onslaught that is the Hornets.
Yeah, Hornets have had vision in their jungle pretty much since like 3 minutes into the game. So pretty much have known where Ingratus has been the entire game, keeping up with that Aurelian Soul. And also, like you saw there, Hitstick is going to win these 1v1s pretty much the entirety of the game. Gwen just going to be building up more and more damage, going to be able to output even more burst. And I'd imagine later on in the game can probably one-shot Ingratus or probably just about anyone else in the game.
Basically, and with that lethality coming in there on that serrated dirt, you know, a lot of damage going to come through in that very, very short window, helping out that electrocute proc as well. And, you know, we do see all ultimates available on every single member. You know, sixes have been hit. Nairo just hitting that a little recently. But Giggle going to be rooted up by that Deadly Flourish. There goes Nairo. Not able to find the stun, but there goes that gigantic turret doing some decent damage, but it doesn't really do all that much. But hit stick. Oh, there goes that ace in the hole, finding Nairo, chunking him for a decent amount. Hit stick, trying to do some decent damage, and it is going to be that electrocute proc that takes it down. Deadly Flourish not able to land, but here comes Bronapoli. There goes that Callista ultimate, going down onto Zaximus, and Gratis trying, but they have to kite away. Webb has shown up, the bunny hop comes through. There goes that. There goes the rocket jump, and their flashing is not able to find it, though. The satchel charge just not enough. The explosive charge, actually, but Webb not able to do too much there because all he needs is a little bit of an auto attack to take down Bronapoli. But Ingratus might be staying a little bit too far forward. Buster Shot has been used a little early, not able to find that last auto just yet. But Hitstick has appeared. Hitstick has shown up. And it is going to be the flash over the wall, and Axford has shown up. Axford is here looking to try and take down Webb. Is he going to be able to do it? That is the question. But it's a lot of damage. The electrocute has been used once again. And Axford trying to find it, but not able to. Webb just barely surviving, and Gratis forced to run away, trying to get out. There goes the stun. Not able to find it, though. Hitstick just going to auto him, but once, and that's his death. And Gratis fallen for the third time this game.
And at this point, I think Webb might just take over this game. Has already completed their Kraken Slayer here in the mid lane, and is
Yep.
even more crit and even more attack speed, just building up and building up. 8-0 now. Very phenomenal game coming up from them.
Ooh, the fancy feet there on Giggle, able to dodge away from a lot of those skill shots thrown his way. Daydream and I were just not able to find it, though. Bronapoli, 2 levels down to Zaxxas. The Rift Herald has been summoned. He's trying to duel. Is he going to win it is the question. There's a lot of spears that is a very, very pincushion-looking Zaxxas, but not able to find it, though. Oh, no mana on that Draven, but does that mean that Bronapoli can win that? Probably not. You know, Draven has a lot of sustain there.
Yeah, absolutely. And now going to be getting both of those towers, those tier 1s on the top side of the map. It's not looking super hot. The bot lane has been a shining point for Marauders. But at this point, the ability of Quinn's R to just take...
Not again! Not again. Here comes the 4-man rotation. Nairo flashing away already. Daydream just flashing as well. But there goes the ace in the hole. The heal is used as well. Trying to keep them alive. Super Mega Death Rocket not able to find it. But it is going to be Web claiming that kill. Shutdown, though, for Axrid. Able to find that one on the back end. Daydream trying to stay alive there. And Gratis is coming. He's the missile. He's going forward. And the smite onto Hitstick. That's a lot of damage. And he's able to find it with the Dragon's Breath. Able to find that last one. Voice of Light claiming that one. Axrid queuing in the complete wrong direction. Those pebbles need to hit something in order to do some damage. But Daydream trying to find that Deadly Flourish, not able to. But it is going to be that shot from the dark. Able to find that one. Giggle trying to take him down, but he's getting a double kill. Is this going to be the triple for him? Kiting, is it enough? And it is! The mechanics, the APM. Giggle Queen claiming up a triple kill.
Yeah, they get excited from Jinx. They're able to just absolutely dominate that fight at the end. Gets 1 kill and immediately gets just an insane amount of attack speed, able to pick up the other 2 fairly quickly on the back end there. Did finally get the shutdown on Web. I believe that was Axrid actually picking that one up. But still going to be really hard for them to come back in this game unless they can get some insane picks with a stun from Asol or maybe a combo from Talia. It's going to be very hard to actually win team fights unless they can get like an immediate kill onto their opponents.
With the first item, Zonia's, I don't really think that's going to be happening very often there from that Talia. But Bronapoli just getting shredded there by Zaxxas, but it's a 2-man show, make it a 3-man, and the knockup comes from Zaxxas, but he's able to find the kill on Bronapoli. Axrid, though, able to claim that one in return, trades it out. Is it worthwhile? That is the question, but that's so much damage onto Nairo, and it's going to be the Super Mega Death Rocket claiming that one, the skill shots from downtown.
Yeah, it's so hard now for this bot side of Marauders to play into this double range team that is, I mean, we're seeing a lethality Caitlyn now coming in from Perky Tricks. So
oh no!
He lands a
single
kill.
Daydream, Gale Force away, dodging away from that zap, looking for some rockets though. Giggle doing some decent damage, but Daydream able to escape from that one in the end. Oh no, Axrid forcing the flash. Web jumping again. Here goes the Gooma Stomp, and the last minion auto just not enough. Web just not able to find that kill, but you know, very, very close to. Oh, Deadly Flourish gonna go wide. My game has frozen. But back to it. Hitstick doing some decent damage, trying to get over the wall, not able to find it though. Nairo helping Daydream claim that one. Kigglequeef trying, but the TP to the backside. There goes Bronapoli. They found Web. He's frozen. Or not Web. Perky Tricks. He's frozen over the wall. Everfrost doing some decent work, but Perky doing so much with that lethality, not able to find that last one. Deadly Flourish there. Bronapoli dashing forward, trying to find something. There goes the curtain call. Last shot is gonna land. It goes true. Perky Tricks taken down. And Ingratus, there goes that Callista ultimate. Gigglequeef forced to flash away. Stun not going to land from Ingratus, but they're trying. There goes that shield bow keeping Giggle alive, or Bronapoli alive. Sorry, Giggle taken down. And it's just going to be a team fight win for the Marauders very, very soon. Yes, team fight win for them.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal stuff from them. A good TP coming in from Bronapoli, able to pick up a lot of kills on that backside. However, Web's still very, very accelerated in this game. Almost to that. And actually, just as I'm saying it, going to be bringing in a Stormrazor. Definitely the most accelerated champ in the game at the moment. Should be taking over some more team fights. But that's just what I was saying.
Oh. And Gratis looking for Hitstick, not able to find it, though. The channel coming in. That's some decent damage, though. Everfrost comes through, but the ace in the hole, is it going to be enough? It is not, but Gale Force, I believe, was enough. And it is going to be traded in return. Here comes not Webb. Zaximus is joining the fight, but the Ace and Hole doing some decent work. Perky Tricks very low as well, though. Zaximus trying his heart out to jump forward, do some decent damage, but Webb is there as well, so they can just push this wave no problem. We might need a little bit of a resync very, very soon, but right now things are going pretty chill as of now. Not much happening in the ways of movement from either side. Dragon up in 20. Just chilling. Oh, Webb trying to find something. Poly taken very low, but the shield bow is trying his best to sustain it up, but Webb doesn't care. Has 2 items and is just a monster.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal stuff coming out, and we are going to see, I believe, Hornets pick up their 3rd drag of the game here, and that one is going to go over with no contest. Very exciting stuff from them. Hornets going to have to keep looking to pick up some sort of pick in the jungle. Ooh, hit sick though.
Ooh. A lot of damage there. Deadly Flourish not able to land, but able to find something. But Angradas claims that one at the very end.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're going to need on the side of Marauders. Going to be looking to pick up those random kills as people overextend.
And we do see Angradas getting cut out again. Webb able to just find that kill very, very easily. Doesn't really matter. But, you know, it's very rough when you're down almost half kills. But they're able to find some of these rotations. But Nairo forced to flash away. Perky doing some decent work there with that. Built over Peacemaker, forcing the flash from Nairo.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff. And going to be looking to pick up an Infernal Soul here in just about 3 minutes and 50 seconds. A nice, easy one for them. If they get that extra burst damage on the side of Hornets, the game just becomes even easier than it already is.
Yep. And... okay. We can... okay, we're... Resync has been occurred, you know, thank you, right, 6 spectator playing, please, that's all we ask. But, you know, advantage definitely towards the Hornets as of now, very, very confident in this game, just pushing this lead, you know, almost up 10k as of now, and the Marauders just honestly on the back foot, but they have found a few good picks onto some of the key members, you know, especially against the shutting him down, you know, has most steps on his team, that's where they're looking to pressure, but Angradas able to take him down instantly by shot down with that buster shot.
Yeah, it's very easy for either team to pick up some key picks if they play together here. Zaximus, though.
Yep. Zaximus, though, doing so much work. Oh my goodness. Poly barely able to get away. The heal comes through from Daydream. Isn't it enough? It is to keep that Poly alive, but the stun over the wall, that's so much damage. Action claiming another, but that does mean the Baron is being started up here by the side of the Hornets. And they're looking to take this one down very, very fast. Quadruple 80 carry means this goes down in an instant. Smite comes through. Smite goes true. Hit stick. Taking very low. Deadly Flourish is going to land. The root comes through. Flash forward from Daydream. Claims that kill. Rapid Fire Cannon auto. Very helpful there. Giggle forced to flash over the wall to keep himself alive. But they're looking to run away. They have the Baron recall available to.
Yeah, I really don't know if that was very worth from the side of the Hornets. Only going to get out 3 of their members.
Yep.
However, I don't believe there was shutdown gold going over there. And if I am mistaken.
I do not believe so. The only member with a real shutdown there is going to be Webb there, 650 on his head.
Yeah, and he's almost, or they are almost full build here.
Yep.
going to be very, very strong in this upcoming team fight. And just an overchase there from Zaxxon that's getting caught out with the sun over the wall from Nairo.
Uh-oh, Nairo. Webb jumping forward, but Angradas has shown up. Poly, though, very, very low. The last auto comes through, and it is going to be that kill coming through. Giggle has gotten the reset, though. There goes everything. The excitedness has come through, but the double stun comes through from Daydream. Beautiful from Axid, able to find some more damage. Daydream shows up in the nick of time, though, keeping their team alive, doing so much work. But Zaximus finds the shutdown, doing so much work. Axid trying, but he's able to find one shutdown there, one kill. But is it going to be enough? No, this root comes through from Perky, able to find that beautiful trap down onto the feet of Axrid.
I really thought Marauders had that win there. Nairo with an amazing double stun there. Almost gets them the team fight win, but the Whirling Death lives up to its name.
Mm-hmm.
Taking out several members or bringing them very low there. Caitlyn also going to take this tower, this tier 2, pretty quickly.
Very, very easily there, you know. Lethality does a decent amount of work, decent amount of damage. We see the 5-man squad of 80 carriers walking up there. They are on Soul Point. Will the Marauders be able to contest this is the question.
They're going to have to go now if they want to. Hitstick already there. Just hitches a ride from his bird companion.
Yep. And they're there. TP coming in from Zaximus down to the bottom side. And they could start this up whenever they want. They have vision cleared. But, you know, they do have to face check. It's on the Marauders because it doesn't really matter for the Hornets. They can just do this whenever they want, but they found the start of the hit stick. Deadly Flourish has landed. That's so much damage, instantly taken down without much in return. But Webb forced to jump over the wall. They're looking for more. Nairo still alive, taking a lot of damage, though. Curtain Call has been used. Giggle taking so much damage. Perky taken down from downtown with the snipe. Curtain Call doing so much work, but they're so low. The health bars, are they enough? Poly not able to take down Webb. Webb is going to jump over the wall. Actually going to be taken down in an instant. Nairo next on the chop and block going to be taken down. And Webb just looking for those resets, those Malphite ultimates, as they say. Going forward, not able to find Daydream, though. Still alive.
Yeah, if they don't get Webb in these team fights, they're just able to jump all over the place.
Boing, boing, boing.
Getting so many resets there. Absolutely phenomenal stuff coming out from Hornets here. They should be able to get, I believe, all the way to the inhibitor in this mid lane.
Yep, very easily.
Harder and harder and harder. Still at about a 10k gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of rough, really. Webb is just a monster there. Most farm in the game, most kills in the game. 16 out of 32 kills are his, and his alone. Single assist to his name, but that doesn't really matter when you have so much gold already sitting on 3 huge items.
Yeah, absolutely. And I imagine they're going to have a pretty big back here as well. Hasn't backed since the drag. We'll see what they are able to pick up here. As I'd imagine, they're going to take this rift.
Okay, going in for Webb, able to find the stun. That's some decent damage. Everfrost comes through. There goes the stun from Nairo. They're trying. Webb is just not allowed to move, and it is going to be Angradas cleaning up that kill on to Webb. Shutdown comes through.
A full Lord Doms on that bag. Oh my goodness. And an IH. What the heck?
IH was already there, but the Lord Doms has just come through.
But full build from Webb already. 27 minutes in the game.
Yeah. That is a very scary little Yordle there. You see the armor coming in from the side of the Marauders right there. You see that Warden's Mail on the Talia, the Zonias as well, and Daydream sitting on that Bramble Vest as well. But they're able to find something on the Zaximus. Decent damage comes through. There's a lot of work. And shutdown going through for Axrid. There goes the Curtain Call. Able to find something on the Giggle. There goes that first tag. Second tag onto Perky Tricks. Third, but the fourth is going to go wide. Not able to find that fourth shot. But Giggle doing so much AoE with the Renon's Hurricane. And Hitstick going to be stunned up. That's a lot of damage. Deadly Flourish does come through. And the knockup. And it is going to be actually claiming another. But Webb is TP'd in. He's going to look for the flank. He's found it. Jumping over the wall. Axrid taken very low with a singular auto. Root is there in place. Though it goes Chompers do a lot of work. Webb has another reset available, and Giggle just running forward. Daydream forced to flash over into her own base. And there goes the jump through from Giggle, flashing forward, doing so much work. The heal is available still, and Daydream can't do anything but watch as the machine gun goes burr. Able to dodge away from the zap, but it is going to be that red buff burn that takes Daydream down. Root under the tower from Everfrost, but Angradas is trying, just not able to find the Perky. Doing a decent amount of work there, finding a combo there. Giggle just sustaining up with the wave with that red buff. And this could be the end of the game.
I'm very shocked to see Marauders not pick up a
Oh,
lot of
Braun falling?
anti-heal here.
Ouch. That's game.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal stuff coming out from the Hornets. Honestly, they looked like they had a shot there at the end, but just um, there's so much life steal, and they didn't build for it at all. So
Yeah.
well done from the Hornets, able to pick up another win here on our last week of the regular season.
Yep. And, you know, that's great work from coming from the Hornets. They have one more game left in the night. And unfortunately, it's not being streamed, but we do have a pretty solid game coming up for us here as the last game of the night that will be shown on stream. It is going to be the Rhinos taking on the Wolves. And, you know, we will be back very, very shortly. Or not me, but someone else will be taking my place here. I got to go get some
I
gaming
believe
going.
it is actually going to be Daydream. We'll have to
Okay.
get their thoughts
Oh, most likely, yeah.
on this last game. But for now,
Mhm.
thank you all for tuning
Yep.
in. We will catch you after a short break.
I pressed the wrong button.
Do you have a lobby yet, Vor?
To Rhinos versus Wolves. This hopefully will be a bit less of a crazy match than last match. Rhinos currently sitting at 6-6, Wolves sitting at 7-5. Both of these teams have another team with the same score. Falcons at the top of the day start 7-5. Grizzlies also start 6-6. So this really does matter for playoff seeding. So I'm hoping to get a good game. Thoughts, Kefo?
Yeah, definitely excited to see how these ones do turn out. Always exciting to see these close fights for those last couple of playoff spots at the end of the day. Um, but before we get in, I do kind of want to get some of your thoughts on what it was like playing in the last game, as it was a little bit of a clown fiesta. So, what was it like being against both of the both of the teams' drafts were kind of interesting. So I just want to kind of get your thoughts of what it was like playing in that one.
Of course, I was notified 5 minutes before the game started that both teams were doing a Nemesis draft, and I said, "Fuck it, let's run it." So we pretty much picked 580 carries for them, hoping we would win, and we didn't win because the Triss got very, very, very strong. But you know, you live and you learn, and next time I play Nemesis draft, I will definitely take the knowledge I learned today and win.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a fun one. As we get ready for this one, uh, definitely going to be a little bit more serious of a match. Definitely going to, I'd imagine, be a pretty close match, as these teams, like we said, are very close in the standings. Right now, though, I believe we are just waiting to get our draft running.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Hopefully the fans will get a normal game with very competitive team comps, but we will
Hey,
see.
I'm very for the fun team comps and drafts as well. So, going to be an interesting one, I would say, at the very least. I just hope it's a little bit more competitive in the mid game than the last one.
Yep, right now we are just doing a little bit of last minute setup, getting all the links and stuff. Everyone's ready for draft, production. We should be ready for draft. Do you have the link? I put it in
Yes,
the chat.
I finally got the link. We should be good to go here for our draft of our last game of the regular season. I'm excited to see if these teams do put some priority, going to be putting that priority on these strong picks like the Morgana. But last week we saw a lot of priority in the first round on some of the solo laners. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not these teams also decide to target solo lanes in their bans in the first couple of picks.
Yep, we see here first ban out of Rhinos is Morgana. Morgana nerfed a bit, but still very strong in the jungle and as a tech pick in the support. If you're feeling very spicy, you could put Morgana in a solo lane, but it's good to get rid of these bans that could be flex picks. Really streamline draft a lot easier.
Yeah, and going to see that Cassiopeia ban followed by the Rek'Sai ban. Wolves jungler, of course, known for their Rek'Sai. I believe been playing a lot of that and Kindred. So I would not be surprised to see Rhinos ban out the Kindred as well. But Wolves here, we'll see what direction they decide to go with this next ban. Whether they're going to target another solo laner or they're going to maybe look to ban out something like the Ezreal that is such a strong AD carry at the moment.
Yeah, Cassiopeia ban goes down first. Next is Master Yi. Cowsep Jr. makes sense that you would ban Master Yi against him. Ezreal going to be the third ban for Rhinos. Leaving the Kindred up. Maybe they're not scared of it. Maybe they're willing to first pick it. We'll have to see as the Wolves are thinking about what their final ban should be.
I do wonder if maybe they have a counter pick into it. I know the Lee Sin has becoming more and more popular in the jungle. Maybe going to see Rhinos pick that one up as an answer can, of course, knock the Kindred out of the Lamb's respite with the kick. So going to be interesting to see what direction both these teams do decide to go. Of course, like I said, I would not be surprised to see some emphasis on junglers and possibly solo laners very early.
Yep, and as you say that, that is a Volibear ban. That is, in fact, both can be a jungler and a solo laner depending on where you want to put him. But let's see what's going on with first pick for the Rhinos. That is going to be Kindred Hovered. We'll see if they lock it in. That is locked in. So yeah, Rhinos do not want Kindred in the hands of Wolves jungler. I don't know how to pronounce that. Kefo, how do you pronounce that?
Ropovol?
Sounds about right. Either way, Ropovol is not going to be getting their Kindred today. As Cowsep Jr., Master Yi ban for him, looks like he's going to have to take on another late game jungler in the Kindred.
Yeah, definitely an exciting thing. I'm just personally, I really want to see him wait to lock in their top laner, and I really want to see Master Uguay lock in Wukong. I don't think that's gonna happen, but Monkey. So definitely exciting, and a Akali pickup really from the Wolves, a very, very strong mid laner right now. Of course, is going to be weak in the early game, but Akali's late game potential to just absolutely demolish backlines is extraordinary. So a good pickup for a solo lane and a Rammus pick. Okay.
I mean, Rammus, he does, have that auto attack resistance. I mean, I guess in an isolated matchup against a Kindred, it can't be that bad. And, putting some frontline when you know that you're going to have damage with the Akali is going to be good. However, Rhino's locking in the Seraphine. And the Karma.
Seraphine Karma.
That is a lot of shielding. You have Seraphine W, Karma Mantra Ish, and you have the AoE invulnerability with the Lamb's Respite too. So they clearly do not want this Akali to be able to weave in and out of fights and assassinate as she pleases. She's going to have to play very well in order to get these pickups.
Yeah, Rhinos obviously had a draft planned, 2 very quick lock-ins of the Seraphine, especially after the Kindred being very early pickup as well. Wolves going to be deciding what they want to do here. There's not too many crazy solo laners picked up, but going to go for a Rakan. Definitely an interesting one. Not necessarily what I would pick into either Seraphine or Karma. I'd probably be looking for something with a little bit more CC, like a Leona, but still going to be pretty strong in that bot lane. I'd imagine we'll see a heavy target of the AD carry pool here from both sides, though.
I mean, it's sort of tough to pick into that Seraphine Karma lock. That Seraphine can go mid ADC support. Karma can go mid support, even into the top lane if Rhino so choose. Getting 2 quick flex picks with, Kindred isn't a flex pick unless you're perks and playing Kindred mid, but it's sort of hard to draft reactionary to that. Rakan obviously indicates that Wolves want to have some sort of engage to try and burst out all these squishy members. Kindred, Karma, and Seraphine, while they do have survivability, are not known for being the tankiest of champions. So you see Ashban and Samira Hover targeting the ADC pool, like you said. Remember, every ADC ban will affect both teams because neither team has picked up their AD carry, unless that Seraphine or Karma is going into the, bot laner role.
And I have seen Seraphine ADC. I don't know how good Karma is as a bot lane carry, but I definitely know Seraphine can be played there, but hasn't been picked up too much, at least since she first came out. However, Wolves, I think, will probably ban out. I was going to say ban out another solo laner, going to ban out that safe pick in the top lane from that Shen. Rhino is probably going to be looking to ban Xayah here, or something similar to that, I'd imagine, though. Oh, actually, an Urgot ban going to come in.
Bans. I guess Rhinos either don't think Wolves will pick this Rakan or aren't very scared of it. I mean, Zyra Khan is not a lane to be underestimated. There's a lot of kill threat, especially in the early levels, with just the inborn synergy that those champions have. The Urgot is a good pickup too. Is a good ban rather, so stop from Wolves from picking them up. One thing I want to note about Wolves' draft is you see a Seraphine, you see a Karma. I want to see them pick a champion that can go Serpent's Fang.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very, very good point. So going to be interesting to see what they do decide to pick up as their other solo laner here. Xayah is going to be picked up, and I think honestly leaving the Xayah open is probably perfectly fine. They know pretty much that they're going to pick it at that point, and it is going to be a Leona support, which means that those are your solo laners. It's going to be probably Seraphine mid and Karma top. Both can be exploited pretty heavily, I think, by the Akali, but also very safe champions.
I don't think it's guaranteed Seraphine mid Karma top. We do have to wait to see what the Rhinos pick last. The thing is, like, Xayah is a good pickup. It's good that the Rhinos are able to pick up Leona because Leona can absorb a lot of the pressure. And yeah, that is a set. So that is most likely going to be Seraphine bot with Leona, set top, Karma mid. I mean, Set himself is flexible. Set Karma could both go top and mid. You know, we could put Karma bot if you wanted. You could be Reckless. Dream, Unforgiven, Reckless. You know, can't even tell the difference between them. I want to see what Wolves pick last. It's going to really have to be something that can deal with this comp, because Rhinos have a Kindred, 2 supports, and 2 frontliners. And if this Kindred gets ahead, there is going to be nothing that is going to kill her. That's an Alawi in my game. I don't know how I feel about that. It should be a good matchup into the set, but that set doesn't have to go top. You can put Karma top, and Karma just will vibe off of the Alawi. Another thing too, none of these champions really scream Serpent's Fang to me. You know. So,
yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be up to that Alawi, whoever she does end up facing in the top lane, to make sure that she lands her E and get that proc off of that. Going to be her most powerful tool in lane for sure, but we'll have to wait and see who picks up and where these champs do end up going. I'd imagine, like you said, the Seraphine is probably going to be our bot laner for the side of the Rhinos. And of course, side of Rakan, we know where some of this Wolves lineup, I'd say we can be pretty confident we know where all of those champs are going. However, on the side of the Rhinos, there is still a lot of flexibility, so I'm excited to see who does end up going where.
The thing about Wolves is that they've drafted pretty clear win conditions for themselves. The Alawi can do well into the set, and also Rhinos don't have that much just damage in their team comp. If Alawi gets ahead, Alawi gets items, Alawi gets kills, you're not going to be able to burst her down. She is just going to heal off of all of your champions, and she is just going to become an unkillable goddess in the fight. The problem is, if Alawi isn't ahead, if Alawi is 0-2, 0-3, she is just going to be doing nothing in these team fights. Her AoE damage will just be negated by the Seraphine W, the Karma Mantra E. And it really depends on Wolves to sort of take the lead, you know? It's dependent on Eulah's Akali getting ahead, being able to assassinate the Kindred, the Karma, the Seraphine. You know, because if Akali is behind, she's not going to be able to get through all that shielding. She's not going to be able to deal with the Lamb's Respite. The Rammus in the jungle, they have... Probably that's good to taunt the Kindred, you know, force some self-damage there, but Kindred is the only real, like, auto-attack reliant champion. You know, Set with his Q does do a good bit of auto-attack damage, but you have to admit that a lot of the damage that Set can do is based on the true damage with his W. Looking at champion select, it looks like, as we predicted, it's going to be a Set top, Karma mid, Seraphine bot lane. Seraphine being piloted by Dream, Unforgiven. Seraphine Leona also, I want to point out, is a very deceptively strong lane. Especially at level 6, the AoE CC with the Leona ulti, with the Seraphine Encore, that can just win a straight up 2v2. I hope Seraphine chooses not to go Moonstone Renewer, chooses to build damage, take Comet, go Leandries, because otherwise you are severely lacking damage on the Rhino's side.
Yeah, I definitely think it's interesting. It's almost like Rhinos decided to draft a Master Yi comp. With what they're going, you know, 3 supportive champions and then set in the top lane, and Kindred going to be doing as much damage as possible.
Yeah, I mean, they've sort of put the ball in the Wolves' court, because if the Wolves do nothing, if the Wolves sit and try to scale, they are going to lose. Bar mistakes by the Rhinos, if this game isn't explosive, and if nothing really happens in the early game, the Rhinos comp will just outscale. Now that Kindred will get range, but Karma and Seraphine will shield the entire team. Like, who's gonna build Serpent's Fang on Wolves? Like, Serpent's Fang would be really good. It would help against the Set shield, the Karma shield, Seraphine shield, but you know, it's gonna be really gold inefficient for most of these champions. None of them really use lethality. It did get buffed for range users, but Xayah really relies on crit to use the multipliers with her E. So Wolves are really going to have to out-execute the Rhinos here if they want any shot of winning this game.
Yeah, and on top of that, Set honestly is one of the top tier picks in the top lane. So not very. I'm honestly surprised that we haven't been seeing more people in this draft league pick that up, just because it is pretty much an S tier top laner at the moment. But I definitely think that I have to give Rhinos the advantage in this draft. Leona just is so good into the Xayah Rakan just to begin with, along with the fact that if Kindred gets up to 4 stacks, I mean, the snowball capability on that champion is just absolutely insane with the early kills. So I'd imagine, unless you can get just a crazy team fight from Xayah and Akali, it's going to be really hard to win any team fight. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on how well the Rhinos can facilitate the Kindred too. Because if Kindred, like, you talked about getting those 4 marks and getting that range, like, if Kindred gets denied marks, if, you know, Rhinos lanes don't set up, you know, easy scuttle crab takes, you know, if solo laners, the Feathers and Fur and Eula are able to assert their control over the map, like, that Kindred's going to take a while to scale. And Kindred and possibly Seraphine are the only champions that can really do consistent DPS, and Seraphine's DPS is less than other mages. She is a supportive mage. Set can do damage if he's ahead, but he really requires that, you know, W true damage unless he gets, you know, very fed, and I doubt that he's going to be able to get solo kills up against the Illaoi. That doesn't seem like a matchup that he'll destroy. I mean, it makes sense. The Illaoi last pick in the draft was a counter pick.
Yeah, and Illaoi very easy to proc that E as Set tried to go in. But we're getting ready to load into the rift, so we will see you all just on the other side. right, here we go, loading onto the Rift for what is a very important match, I believe, in the standings as Rhinos try to take on the Wolves. Going to be a very interesting one. Like we said, it really is going to come down to whether or not I think this Kindred can get ahead in this early game.
Yeah, I mean, we see some level 1 action though. Eula seeming a bit cut out, gets hit by the Mantra Karma Cube, flashes away. That is not what you want your Akali to have to do level 1. Gets chunked out and burns her flash. You know, I mean, there's not much solo kill threat for a Karma onto an Akali, but losing the flash means that, come scuttle fights, 2v2s, 3v3s, she is going to be a lot less strong. And I mean, she's going to be an Akali, pre-6. She's already, not the strongest champion on the Rift. So Cowsep Jr. should have an easier time securing these marks.
Yeah, absolutely. As the first mark, I don't believe has been pressed yet.
No, it's been
Oh
triggered
no, it's
onto
onto the
Alawi.
Alawi. Okay. Definitely going to be looking for that level 3 gank then in the top side. Feathers and Fur should be expecting that one. But definitely going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, very bold for the Kindred to choose a laner to do their first mark. Often in solo queue, you'll see Kindred players just target the enemy jungler, hopefully expecting to maybe get a kill around the Scuttle Crab fight. But Cowsep Jr. is saying, Feathers and Fur, I am going to kill you, or Set will kill you, and I will help.
Yeah, and that is one of the good parts of Set is that he has just so much setup for his jungler, is able to get the speed up on the Q and the Facebreaker pullback going to land stuns fairly easily. So
See a little bit of trading action. Both the top lane and the bottom lane for the Wolves did get the level 2 advantage, so they should have lane control. Feathers and Fur getting the push onto the side of Unholy Wolves top lane. Yeah, like that Alawi counter pick is doing its job in the early game, not letting the set breathe.
yeah, absolutely. However, with how far the Alawi is pushed up at the moment, it is going to allow for an easier gank from Kelswap Jr.
Yeah. Both junglers choosing to start on the bot side, doing what looks like to be 5 camp clears into contesting the top Scuttle Crab. But you have to imagine Feathers and Fur will have priority in the top lane. Both junglers about to get into the river. As we see scuffle might ensue. Crab did spawn on the top side. Cowsep Jr. winning the coin flip and taking the crab from no contest from Rope Hole Vol. Another trade for this Karma onto the Akali, just not having a fun time in lane.
Yeah, absolutely very good stuff coming out from Galifianakis in this mid lane. The Q poke doing a lot of work here in the early game, but still losing out pretty hard on this top side for Unholy Wolf. I believe the E was proc there, so having to clear out some tentacles under the tower even. Going to just get harder and harder here.
But while topside is doing really well for the Wolves, Galifianakis getting the mid lane push onto Eulah's Akali allowed Cowsep Jr. to just stroll straight through the mid lane, and with the help of Ezio Killer 7 on the Leona, able to secure the double scuttle against the Rammus. So all that pressure that Feathers and Fur got in the top lane for this first crab was essentially thrown away by just, the slow tempo of the Rammus.
Yeah,
Invaded into the blue side jungle, but doesn't find anything as all the camps are gone, and he's just gonna recall like the sad little armadillo that he is.
and Cowswap pinging on to this Grump. But he's definitely going to meet Rippable there. However, with the priority they have in the bot lane, it looks like Ezio Killer might be able to roam up here. But back off from Jar Jar going to be there as well.
Yeah. See a fight
I,
in the mid lane happening, but hopefully direct to camera can get us to what is happening in the jungle. We see that Robo flashes onto Cowstep Jr. Kindred's taunted up, has to flash away, but Ezio Killer is in the wrong space. Dream Unforgiven comes in. He does have very low mana, but it is enough to get his jungler away. However, the Gromp will go over to the Rammus as that mark is unable to be secured.
Yeah, that was just extremely aggressive from Cowswep. Uh, honestly, lucky that they were able to get out without getting killed there. But is able to back off onto the respawn of the Raptors and hopefully should be backing here soon, getting a little bit more damage for themselves.
I mean, small victory for the Wolves, able to stop that mark acceleration. Kindred currently sitting at 1. I will be sure to update all you gamers with the count as it goes on. But, Wolves able to get a small victory there. It's not enough of an advantage that they're trying to look for with this comp, though.
They are looking for this Karma in the mid lane there,
Yeah.
but I believe is spotted out. I did see a ping go down, but not able to get onto that one. Rammus just going to back off. And Kindred still hasn't gotten her first back yet. So going to be clearing a lot slower than you would hope. However,
Oh, she has a new quiver. Flash away from Unholy Wolf, pops the W to try and save himself. Not look like going to be needed. But Kindred on the recall did pick up the Noon Quiver, so that extra damage to minions and monsters is going to be helpful. We see Yula dropping a ward on the Raptors to watch for Cowstep Jr. looking to pick up the second mark. See pings going down from blue side. Roll pull Vol on the other side of the map trying to get the crab. Ezio Killer's Leona watches, but is sort of okay with taking the trade as Cowstep Jr. picks up mark number 2 uncontested. Ropovo smites the crab, but is hit up by Ezio Killer 7. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a scuffle as the tanks are just fighting it out. But Cowstep Jr., oh, Yulaw misses the E, but it's okay. His flash is back up, picks up the kill onto Cowstep Jr. as Wood's bot lane is up here. You can see Ezio Killer gets the stun onto Rakan, but goes down to the Blade Caller. And that is 2 quick kills picked up for the Wolves.
Yeah, definitely a misplay, some over-aggression from Cowsweb Jr. There going on, and I do want to apologize. I believe that was just a graphical error. We're having nothing but issues with Ryan Spectate client tonight, but very good job from Kindred. But just a little bit over-aggressive, and that is going to cost the Rhinos this first drag.
Jumps over, is able to
Or
get the
not.
dragon steal, jumps out. Oh, robbed right under the wolves' noses. That is the mountain dragon taken for the Kindred. Probably unable to pressure the Gromp to get her third mark, but that is definitely what the Rhinos needed. Yula taking an aggressive trade onto Galifianakis. Now that he is level 7, now that he has a kill, now that he has a Leeching Leer, this matchup should start to go in the favor of the Akali.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Kindred got away with that one. That was a pretty illegal play. The very least should have cost a life. Ripable should have been able. Oh no!
Execute! What
Oh
are you
no!
doing? The sad little armadillo's day gets even sadder. That is really not what you want to see. It looks like Kindred isn't planning to move in and steal the mark, but that has to be demoralizing. He does pick up the Bomby Center, so hopefully the rest of his clearing goes without any hitches, but yeah,
Yeah,
you just hate to see
absolutely.
that.
I'm surprised Kindred didn't just immediately move on to the Rift Herald there, but is going to look for a gank top, it looks like, but is going to be caught on the ward.
Spotted out by Feathers and Fur as the bot lane of Wolves actually take the Gromp to deny Kindred the mark. So Kindred will be stuck. Akali ulting in onto Galifianakis, pops the Karma Shield, looking to run away. Yula ease over the wall, but ults back out. But he is going to be rooted up. Cowstep Jr. looking to finish the kill, hits a Chilling Smite, hits the Kindred mark, and Yula goes down. Not what you want to see from the Akali. Not at
Yep,
all.
both teams here struggling just a little bit with that over aggression, going to get caught out again.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Cowsep Jr. had his mark still on Feathers and Furs the Lowy, so he will still be stuck at 2 marks as we have another combo coming in. Seraphine ult, Leona ult, Master Oogway is dead. Poor Turtle as Jar Jar also dies. Both kills going over to the Leona, but I doubt Dream Unforgiven is too unhappy about that as they're able to crash this wave into the tower and get a good back.
Yeah, there's just a very good example of what this combo can do. I know another perennial combo that I've actually played before is Anivia can do the same thing as the Seraphine in the bot lane, but has just a little bit more damage and a little bit more of that consistent setup with the stun not being on the ultimate. However, going to be setting up around this drag here at the moment. Leona very by herself,
Yeah.
but is going to just back off.
Ropo Vol on the Rammus was able to pick up the Scuttle Crab that had the Kindred mark on it. So unfortunate for Cowsep Jr. One thing I do want to point out, Seraphine, like I had hoped, is going AP, building towards that Leandries, has the tier for the Seraphs. So come late game, Kindred won't be the only damage threat, in these fights. See, Cowsep Jr. walking up, gets plate gold, but will that be too over aggressive? He flashes out, should be fine, looking to trade onto the Rammus, but Jar Jar's here with the quickness, gets the charm onto both Galifianakis and Cowsep Jr. Flash Featherstorm from Master Oogway, but does not get the root. Yulaw with the R2, able to pick up Cowsep Jr.
Yep, perfect execution coming in clutch, and yet again, Cowswap Jr. falling prey to the overaggression. However,
Flashes forward, doesn't get the Powerball down, but looks like Wolves do have numbers as the Blade Caller comes in, picks up the Leona, picks up the shutdown. Those 2 kills coming back to bite the Rhinos in this fight as it looks like Dragon's coming up soon. The Wolves do have sole control of the river. Whirlpool Vol on the Rammus should be able to pick up this mark for free.
yeah, absolutely, some phenomenal stuff there. Yet again, taking advantage of those illegal plays coming out from Cowswap. However, Salawi is still making it so hard for the set in the top lane.
I mean, Yula on the Sakali, he's made some questionable decisions, but he also has been making good plays. And on a champion that you sort of need to get ahead, I appreciate that he is, trying to make these plays. Speaking of plays, though, Cowsep Jr. coming into the top lane looks like he's just going to do a bit of yard work cleaning up these tentacles. His mark has been shifted to Ropo Vol's Rammus, so no real incentive to try and take the 2v1 against Feathers and Fur. Blast Cone over the wall, though. Leona running away, but she is not the target as Powerball flashed away from Dream Unforgiven. The teleport comes down from the Karma. Rift Herald drop in the mid lane. We see might be a fight between Yula and Cowsep Jr., but Rift Herald gets the charge. Cowsep Jr. gets the plates. Cowsep Jr. also going for the mark. Looks like Yula just isn't going to contest it, and that is mark number 3 for the Kindred.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be doing very well on that one. And I was actually just about to. I had just checked on the mark stacks. However, it is going to be Wolves with a pretty good setup from this drag. They still don't have that ward over the wall, so going to have to be careful of the same thing happening on this one. However, it is going to be very hard for the Kindred to get there.
They're looking for the fight. Seraphino, Leona goes down. Cowsep Jr. with another Dragon Steel. Rammus, what are you doing? Looks like he's going to go down. That is mark number 4 for Kindred, crucially. That's the Ocean Dragon. That is the mark. But it looks like the Rhinos want more. Cowsep Jr. just flexing his muscles against the stunned and confused Wolves backline. He looks like he could pick up mark number 5 on this blue buff, too.
Oh my goodness, it's so illegal. How is he getting away with this? A second drag steal, the second drag of the game.
I mean, the
Absolutely.
Wolves just started this dragon, and they're looked to. All right, no play is going to happen. Kindred and Karma are looking for it, but Wolves, they started the dragon there. Nobody was dead. Lanes weren't even shoved out. You're playing into a Seraphine Leona, and you expect to just get it for free? I mean, that CC chain goes down, gives Cowsep Jr. the opportunity to get his second smite steal of the game, and you have to wonder where the execution is from the Wolves.
Yeah, it's just these neutral objectives. Honestly, they'd probably be ahead in gold. They are ahead in gold, not by a sizable amount, and actually just evening up there. But still, with better execution on these neutral objectives, they would be ahead in gold right now.
Yeah, I mean, granted, the Rhinos, Cowsep Jr. stepping a bit too close to the Kali a few times, did give Yulaw some kills, but gold is dead even. And if you are the Rhinos right now, you are happy about that. That Kindred has about a 30 CS lead over the enemy jungler. The Seraphine is scaling. The Karma just got her Shirelias. Everyone except Kindred does have their mythics already, and Kindred is just eating all of these camps, getting this farm lead even more ahead.
Yeah, and has picked up those Berserker's Greaves. And I'd imagine is probably going to be going for what I'd imagine will be either a Kraken Slayer or a Gale Force. However, you all in the bot lane.
Teleports in, gets the Eon to Dream Unforgiven. Perfect execution, misses, but it doesn't even matter. Dream Unforgiven goes down. Ezio Killer flashes away, pops the locket. Is he going to survive? Looks like it, as Yulaw does miss the 5-point strike. Don't know if that would have been enough. Probably not, but trading the teleport for a kill onto the Akali, should be fine. Karma isn't able to get too much on the mid lane. Not like she has like a Rift Herald. Not like there are plates for her to get. Yula also walking back up. Maybe this Karma's actually overextended. Ping coming down from the blue side onto Feathers and Fur. Maybe Cowsep Jr. and Galifianakis are looking to get a 3v1 onto this. The Lowy. Root comes through. Kindred gets pulled. Ult goes down, but it only hits the Ghost of Kindred. Ghost goes down, but Kindred can just lambs Respite. Feathers and Fur does survive, though he is too tanky as reinforcements come in. Set goes Stride Breakers, gets the shutdown, hits a face breaker into 2. Flashes away from the root. Flash is coming out from everyone. Looks like it's just going to be a 1-for-0. Cowsep Jr., what are you doing? He goes down to the Rammus. But everyone is just overstepping as the kill is traded back.
Yeah, definitely some overaggression from both sides, but especially for Cowsweb Jr. Just a couple times has just died for pretty much no reason, just for playing a little bit too cocky. But
Curious
is going to
though.
be
That Rammus could have had the Kindred mark on him. We have to check Cowsep Jr.'s mark count. He should have been 5 before the fight. We'll see what it is when he respawns. He currently does have 6. So getting that 1-for-1, if you get a Kindred mark there, then that is probably a play that was worth it. Ropo Vol punishes Cowsep Jr.'s over-aggression, but then overextends himself. It's a lot of
yeah, and
mistakes going down from both teams.
yeah. I really want to see Feathers and Fur get on to different lanes and maybe even get some better setup, maybe around this next objective. Um, and you saw the damage they were able to put out just in that last little team fight onto the Kindred, but not able to get into any other team fights. Yulawi kind of doesn't do anything but, you know, annoy Set a little bit and hope that she doesn't get ganked. So I'm really looking to see Feathers and Fur work into some of her other winning lanes.
Yeah, Feathers and Fur, 183 CS in 19 minutes. Very strong. Was only able to hit the ult. Oh, that is a Rammus going on to Galifianakis Karma. Taunt hasn't come out yet. Flashes away. There was just no taunt. I feel like he could have gotten her when she went for the Soul Flare, but, able to burn the flash, I guess. That is eventually worth it, but it looks like Cowsep Jr. and Ezio Killer, Mark goes down. All the focus onto Ropo Vol. He gets low, but the Alawi is here, and the Alawi has come to fight. The Seraphine ulti from Dream Unforgiven is not going to be enough. As Feathers and Fur, you were just hoping that Feathers and Fur could get a team fight win. That is a team fight win that the Wolves needed. No jungler to steal this Cloud Drake. I mean, no jungler for Wolves too, but Karma doesn't look like she wants to get anywhere near the rest of the team.
Yeah, after losing that team fight, absolutely just had to concede that one. And there is the power of the Alawi. So many tentacles going down so quickly with the damage and actually picking up a very early Guardian Angel here on the Alawi, going to be picking that up second item.
Yeah, I mean, you have to consider that this Alawi. I mean, the thing with Rhino's team comp is that they have Kindred and they have maybe Seraphine for damage. Wolves have an Alawi. Wolves have an Akali. Wolves have a Zaya. 3 kills on the Akali. 4 kills on the Zaya. 2 kills and a fuck ton of CS on the Alawi. Like, where is all of the gold for Rhinos? It's all on that Leona. 4 out of the 7 kills picked up by the Leona. Cowsep Jr. currently 1-4. Does have farm, but not much else to write home about. You have 2 kills on the set. Unholy Wolf was able to pick up the first kill onto Feathers and Fur in that earlier team fight. Maybe he can do something, but it's going to be tough. Right now, the Wolves just have so much more damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Karma mid just Mantra Q almost instantly clears the wave at this point. So going to be pretty easy, and a lot of really executioners picked up
Yeah,
for
the
them as
Oblivion
well.
Orb going in. Oh, we see Jar Jar going in, but that is 3 members. Flash E from Ezio Killer to lock down the Zaya too, but we see a fight on the other side. Galifianakis Karma will eventually die. That is a 1-for-1, all things considered. Master Ugwe on the Zaya, even though Leona flashed onto him, was able to get away, presumably using the Feather Storm. Looks like bot tower will go down. That's not going to be first turret, as Feathers and Fur has been absolutely ruining Unholy Wolf in the top lane. But that is going to be gold back into the pockets of the Rhinos.
Yeah, and for both teams here, just going to look to set up some vision, I'd imagine. Want to see some backs and some vision around this drag that is coming up in about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Bit of a Kindred check. Kindred did recently pick up her 7th mark, which is the second rage upgrade for those uninformed. It takes 4 marks to get the first stat buff, but then it's 3 marks for every consecutive one. So it goes in a sequence of like 4, 7, 10, 13, etc. So the second one picked up at 22 minutes. On pace, not falling too far behind, but also not very ahead. Only has the Mythic, doesn't have the Collector finished up yet, and isn't strong enough right now to deal with all the raw damage coming out from the Wolves' side. Spare maybe a very clutch Lamb's Respite. Backing right now does not see the ward in the bush, but it looks like Cowsep Jr. will be able to head back to base and finish up the Collector. We see fight going down mid. Seraphine ult goes down, stuns Yula, but he is going to be able to pick up the kill. Have to imagine Galifianakis will die next. Yula flashes forward, is unable to actually pick up the kill. It goes down to Jar Jar's Ignite. Unholy Wolf on the set doing what he can, but now reinforcements are back. Cowsep Jr. picking up the 8th mark onto Pull Vol on the Rammus. Looking for more. Cowsep Jr. just does not want to let a fight end. But we see the Wolves. Master Ugwe in the bot lane is going to be able to pick up solo inner turret. So that was, surprisingly gold-wise a Wolves favored play. A 1v1 in the bot lane. Gale forces forward. Featherstorm comes out, flashes away from the Leona Solar Flare. Ram Respite comes out, and you are not in the circle. You are very dead. Master Ugwe paying for his sins with his life. Cowsep Jr. able to pick up another kill.
They are able to pick that up, but Lamb's Respite is now going to be down for this drag fight in just about 30 seconds. And Wolves have the vision set up at the moment. Hopefully, they can secure this one, not have Kessler Jr. come over a wall or something. But definitely what you like to see from that bot lane. Or I guess that ADC jungle 2v1. But they used so many ultimates there that it's going to be hard to get advantages around this drag. Plus, with the Alawi here, it's so hard to push into them.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud Drake would be really crucial, especially for the Rhinos who are relying on the Seraphine ult, relying on the Leona ult, relying on the set ultimate to sort of turn around some of these fights. Double control ward being dropped in the bush by the wolves. That is 8 auto attacks that you have to do to get rid of the vision. And there's a stealth ward there, even if they do manage to pick it up. But it looks like both teams have set their sights on this dragon. It's going to be started up by the Rhinos. Cowsap Jr. looking like he's just going to be able to finish this. Picks up the third dragon, but the fight starts. Rammus ult into 3, and it looks like the Seraphine ult into 5. Is it going to be enough? Seth's getting big damage onto the fight. Cowsap Jr. over the wall is able to kill Ropol Vol, but there's just too much damage on the side of the Wolves. Feathers and Fur practically untouched, as Dream Forgiven does manage to pick up a kill on the backside onto Jar Jar. Feathers and Fur, after auto-attacking the Blast Land with the W, able to pick up the triple kill with the Q. Master Uguay and Yula both don't go down. Kills from Rhinos only onto the supportive members of the Wolves.
Yeah, and Rammus just with a massive ult, and then immediately onto the Kindred, just preventing Cowswept from really doing too much in that team fight.
Yeah, I mean, they did pick up the Drake. That is the silver lining. However, like, Cloud Drakes, I did say would be good. I don't think Cloud Soul is too big. Feathers and Fur, though, looking to be a bit overextended, pops the GA as 3 members of the Rhinos are looking to finish him off. Not going to be any answer from the side of the Wolves. Zaya, Master Uguay, able to pick up some camps at least, but that's a pretty big shutdown. Going on to Cowsap Jr. too. He was 1-4. He is currently 5-4 now. Picked up the Infinity Edge. Hopefully he's going to be able to turn things around as Galifianakis gets caught out by the Rammus. Unholy Wolf, though, and Dream Unforgiven able to get that back. Unholy Wolf gets the set ult. Is it going to be enough? The Seraphine ult does hit onto the Zaya, able to Bladestorm away, but Set is going to punch that bird. Yula on the backline doing what he can, but the Land's Respite saves the fight as that is a clean ace for the Rhinos. Playing
next to
this
the Baron.
team comp. That is a free Baron, as you said, Kevfo.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal stuff. Unholy Wolf finally able to get onto the back line with the Showstopper pushing the Zaya far enough back that it was a pretty easy team fight there at the end. Cowswept going to be outputting just an insane amount of damage. As long as he doesn't get blown up, it should be a pretty easy team fight for them.
Yeah, you could just see the power of the team fight of Rhino's comp. Dream Unforgiven, that is a Seraph's Leandri Seraphine. That absolutely chunked out Master Uguay. That in combination with the set Showstopper meant that even though Zaya had survivability with her ultimate, that is 1.5 seconds of invulnerability. Set is right there when she lands, ready to punch that bird, punch that government spy drone, and get the clean ace for the Rhinos.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff. And it's we said at the beginning it's going to be up to Cowswept in a very Master Yi style comp to do a lot of damage and able to just do so much, jumping all over the place in the Lamb's Respite. Sitting at a very solid 206 CS at the moment as well. So very, very impressive stuff coming out from him. But we're going to see just a little bit of a lull state, imagine, as Rhinos are going to look to push in mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, there's still that top outer turret, but that set can pressure. We see the rest of the Rhinos are looking to siege onto the inner turret. You see Feathers and Fur doing what they can against the set. Looks like Kindred and the rest of Kindred's Goon Squad able to go into the top side of the Wolves and pick up that mark. I'm going to do a quick little mark check on the Kindred. That was, in fact, Kindred still only has 8 marks. So I guess that early one on the Rammus didn't come through because there is a bit of a buffer time when you're playing Kindred and you're targeting someone. You can't just put the mark on them right before they die. There's a bit of like an activation period.
Yeah, and very well done by them there, picking up that tier 2 in the mid lane and then immediately transferring over to pick up this tier 1. Rammus is split pushing right now. uh, which I think is very strange. There is some good vision right now on the side of wolves around this next drag, but looking for the soul, the cloud soul here for rhinos, and that would be absolutely massive from them just for the cooldown reduction on some of these very important. Rammus is soloing it though at the moment here as uh, we go. Dream, however, going to pick up a kill. But Rammus should be able to get this one down before they get here. Oh no, Cowswep going to be stepping up, and I don't know what happened to my co-caster. Rammus is fully able to get it going to flash over the wall, but Kindred just jumps. Going to see Ropoval go down. I think that was very worth.
Wait, can you hear me? I had a bit of a disconnect.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you're back now.
All right, I am very back, and Rammus is very, very dead. Yes, you picked up the Cloud Drake, but that is you're stopping the Cloud Soul. That's cool, but you're still giving more gold to this Kindred. You know, it's what Rammus did, what he had to do, but he is not happy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, though, I think that's very important. Just because, like I was saying, as you disconnected there a little bit, the importance of cooldown reduction for these champs on the side of rhinos is huge. Just if you can have a little bit of CDR on your alts, just on your jungler and your bot side, can be a game changer for sure.
Yeah, and even like now that I think about it, Cloud Soul on someone like Set, pressing R on the Rammus and then being transported to the back line, having the movement speed to go punch some birds, or even on the Leona, having the movement speed to walk up and get a stun onto Yulaw, onto Master Uguay, would be very crucial. But you know, the Wolves able to get that dragon, stall it out. Another thing too is that once Cloud Soul goes down, the Elder Dragon becomes on the table. And I guess the Wolves really just want to try and stall as long as they can to get stronger to be able to fight for that Elder Drake.
Yeah, and I mean, cooldown reduction is also going to be, I mean, fairly important. I definitely think for Wolves comp, it's not quite as important, but still having some cooldown on the Lovers duo and the Sakali is going to be pretty big for them as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, the game isn't over. Rhinos do have a 4K gold lead, but, you know, one overstep by Cowstep Jr., you know, oh, quickness comes out, but he is stopped in his tracks, I dream, Unforgiven. That is an engage tool that you do not want to throw away. Cowstep Jr. getting a bit of a tower shot, but he is just getting so much damage. See a 1v1 by the two beefy boys in the bot lane. Rammus and Set going at it. Master Uguay just going forward. They're looking for what they can, but Jar Jar goes down. Xayah has to flash away from the rest of the fight. Looks like there's going to be escalation in the bot lane. Ropol Vol looking to get a solo kill onto Unholy Wolf, but the rest of his team is not doing as well. Feathers and Fur dropping the ultimate. Is he going to be able to lifesteal? He does get Galifianakis. Unholy Wolf picks up the kill onto Ropofol in the bot lane, but Yulaw with the perfect execution does pick up Ezreal Killer 07. Dream Unforgiven. Sad Seraphine goes down as Yulaw gets a triple kill in a successful defense base on the side of the Wolves.
Yeah, that was just absolutely crazy across the map. Feathers and Fur with the GA back up as well. It's looking very, very strong here as the Alawi is almost full build. And I'm very surprised Unholy Wolf ended up winning that 1v1 in the bot side against the Rammus. I would have imagined that the Rammus was just going to have so much damage onto him with uh, the damage just from Set auto attacking him. However, ends up winning that one out. But two expose inhibitors is not what you want to see.
I mean, to his credit, Ropol Vol keeping that Set in the bot lane, you have to wonder if something like a showstopper would have been able to turn the fight. Maybe getting Feathers and Fur, you know, out of, sort of Alawi's zone as Jar Jar goes in, Stridebreaker away from Unholy Wolf. Not going to be a play started, but both teams are bloodthirsty right now. Gold is 200 gold apart. I think about 200, 300 gold lead for the side of the Rhinos, as both teams are very, very strong right now. Kazep Jr. just going to start up the Baron, though. Where are the Wolves? They're not going to be able to get there in time. Maybe they can look for the fight afterwards, but Smite goes down. Blue team has slain the Baron Nashor.
They were too busy setting up for the Dragon and just give over the Baron. Now going to be able to get the mid push and get onto that bot side.
Kazep
And
Jr. currently
contest
with
for the Dragon.
11 marks. That is a very, very high range Kindred. That is going to be able to deal a lot of damage in these fights. But it looks like the fight is going to be started. Jar Jar with the quickness onto Kazep Jr., but he's not going to go down. Seraphine ult comes down. Leona ult goes down. Showstopper comes in onto Jar Jar and Feather and Fur, but Master Uguay is untouched. Yula in the back goes down, but Kindred goes down eventually with the help of the Rammus. Feathers and Fur actually picking that up with the Stray Tentacle, and the Wolves are able to win the fight, get the third Cloud Dragon.
Yeah, the Akali and Rammus absolutely massive there. Got onto Cowswep in the backline, not able to output that damage, and just it's so hard for Rhinos to actually win a team fight without their main carry there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with one of these one threat comps. Like, if you are Cowsep Jr., you have the tools, you have the Lamb's Respite, you have the insane range that Kindred's kit offers. But if you get caught, none of it matters. Like, if you step up and you die, your team has such a hard time winning the fight. Seraphine is not enough. Set is not enough. Cowsep Jr. has to put the team on his back, and he is simply unable to do so right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And going to put both teams on the soul point. We're looking at a long banger here. And I think it really will come down to probably a team fight that is going to happen very soon, probably around one of these neutral objectives. And we'll have to see how these teams do decide to pull those team fights off. I've been honestly pretty disappointed with the Vision 7 from both sides around some of these neutral objectives. But Dream Unforgiven still has a Baron pushing wave, so
Yeah, he
that is
also still has a yellow trinket. There are no Farsights on the side of Rhinos. That does hamper your ability to, play safe in these objectives, especially when there's an Alawi that can death push, there's an Akali that can kill you. They need vision and they need to be able to get it, and they're just not doing a good job. Both teams are sort of handshaking vision control. Both teams are saying, we're just going to 5v5 in front of every objective, and whoever gets it wins the objective. And, that's not working out. However, Cowsep Jr. pre-hitting onto Feathers and Fur, able to get out too. Jar Jar in the backline with the quickness hits 3, but no follow-up. Able to E out with the Battle Dance, but, that was very strong by the Rhinos. Cowsep Jr. flexing his muscles, flash forward, but that is a very, very fast Armadillo. Ezio Killer burning the flash to get nothing in return. Looks like the Rhinos are just sieging up here.
it looks like we're just gonna rush down these inhibitors. We'll have to wait and see whether or not they can back up. Jar Jar looking for a flank, but a big ult
Big
from
Rammus ulti. He had just tanked up the entire team. The rest of the team goes in, but they go straight into the Seraphine. Oh, a huge ult by Dream Unforgiven. Stops the rest of the damage that comes out from the Wolves into the GA. Looks like Feathers and Fur is not going to be able to save the game. It was a good engage by Ropovol's Rammus, but the Rhinos didn't burn too much on the Rammus. The Rhinos saved their CC. They saved their teamfight tools, and Wolves walked up like lambs to the slaughter. And they just, lost the game. Cowsep Jr. was able to, be unhit in that last fight. Pops the Lamb's Rat Spit for Fun at this point, just autoing the Nexus. That's going to be a victory for the Rhinos onto the Wolves.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal stuff. That Seraphine ult there kind of prevented anyone from following up onto Ropavol's extremely good engage. A very well fought match by both sides, a very close, just over 40-minute banger with a lot of kills. Definitely a game that is fun to cast. Well fought by both teams, and we wish them luck moving forward with making playoffs. I do not know exactly what the standings look like. It really depends on how these other teams do fare, especially Grizzlies, that is very close in contention with them.
Yeah, I mean, really good execution by especially Dream Unforgiven on that last fight. The fight around Dragon, the Seraphine ult and the Leona ult really didn't do anything. Yulaw was able to get past that, able to assassinate Cowsep Jr. It was really good to see Dream Unforgiven, especially unfazed by that, misstep earlier and able to win the game for his team. Cowsep Jr. doing his job, didn't even have to burn the Lamb's Respite that last fight. Just really well executed.
Yeah, very well done from the Rhinos, executing on a team comp that very obviously was built around their carry in the jungle here, outputting almost 40k, just about 3k less than needed for that one. But honestly, just a really good match from both sides. Definitely some over aggression and some mixed execution on both sides, but still a very fun one to watch and to cast.
Yeah, I mean, that was about as back and forth as a game can get. It got to that late game point where the gold was so close and it was late enough in the game that it didn't really matter. Both teams, yes, were making mistakes, but both teams were making good plays. Yulaw was a bit coin flip that game, making some good assassinations onto the backline, but in that last fight, didn't really do anything. Might have tried to do something, couldn't really catch him, but at the end, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and that alt encore prediction from Dream Unforgiven was just I think the big difference maker in that last team fight. Hit several members trying to go in and back up their Rammus, but just ends up being too much. But with that, I believe we are going to kick it over to either a break or an end. I don't know if we have any tiebreaker matches, whether those will be going on tonight or not. But for now, we will just kick it over to a little bit of a break.
All right.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die.